Hello, this is David, and welcome to Equity Story. Unfortunately, I think Equity Story has been a sort of a pretty poor, I'd say, service really for the last month. We haven't really been putting anything out. We put out sort of 5 trades at the beginning of the year that really didn't do much, and we're holding those. And I'll have a look at those in a second. But I think our first objective is obviously to just protect you, and obviously we've just been a little bit cautious where the market is going. Uh, like we said, we expected this bounce, that we might have a bounce for the next sort of week. And I think we will. It looks like it's going to go that way. So hopefully we're going to bounce back up here to this sort of 123 level, and then possibly if we do have a leg down, I think we've got one more leg down, and then from there we can have hopefully a decent part of the rest of the year. So just having a look. Obviously the bounce is good. We had I think a pretty good price action today on the ASX 200, and obviously the good news is some of the trends are starting to look pretty strong. I think a recent stock we put on, I mean, was obviously Caterpillar. Obviously we've got a 3-year growth, but part of what attracted to us was obviously that trend is absolutely stunning, and really I think of all the trends I've seen at the moment on the ASX, that sort of trend in a market that has absolutely been hammered is pretty stunning. It looks absolutely very strong, and again, really since December, it's hardly broken a 20-day moving average. It's nipped it just below it, and up she goes. So I think that catapult looks very good, and looks extremely strong. Having a look at elders again, a few people are worried about this, but what you got to do is put these stocks on a long-term chart. Again, that's a little bit how they move. As long as she holds this this sort of level here, we don't look at the line. You can just sort of smear a blurred image around there. As long as she holds these sort of levels, which she looks like she's going to do perfectly. Again, you see how she came down, she bounced back up near the moving average. This stock should eventually turn, and there's no reason the story hasn't changed with elders. It's a fantastic little turnaround story, and I think that trend should continue. Again, the same with Blue Sky. If you actually look at Blue Sky, did the same thing. That this isn't the stock. This is the market just putting it down. It had a really good run, bit of profit taking. Again, came back to that moving average, found a bit of support, and now sitting on potentially a perfect buy stick that looks like if the market has a run up, Blue Sky will have a serious run up with it. So again, it looks absolutely stunning. Looks fine. Again, like Hub. Stunning story. Had this big run up, and really Hub outperformed. So when you get a pullback in the market, it doesn't even pull back to its long-term moving average. It actually is it's holding a short-term trend line. So it just gives you the momentum behind Hub, and as soon as this market starts trending with some momentum forward, where Hub can go, and Hub can do, I think, really well. And the same with PME. Again, sort of literally comes back, jumps so quickly back off that trend line, and up she goes again. And again, I think this stock will trade a little differently. She might range trade for a while before she sort of goes up in tax and goes over that 350. So we might be a little bit longer getting our money out of this stock. But what's the important thing with Equity Story is that we like trending. We go in, we go out, we make money, but we buy good stories, and we buy stories with really great trend lines, and so we're sort of looking for, I suppose, a bit of a double protection with them. If the trend breaks, then we know the story will see us through. And again, PME, again, Promedicus, this is one of the sort of pretty popular stock amongst a lot of fundies at the moment, but this again, just perfect, comes back and does everything you'd expect a bullish stock to do in a really terrible market. It hits that moving average and bounces off it really quickly. So again, I've got no problem. There's no reason you sell these stocks. You just hold them, and eventually we're going to make good money on them. If anything, we'll be most probably opening them if they turn up on the buy signal as another buy fairly soon. Having a look at Hanson, this is a stock we've been trending time and time again. I missed this boat a little bit. I mean, Hanson came back, didn't even quite go to the moving average. She bounced straight back off it, and actually she's got sort of quite a bullish little buy signal. If anything, she looks like she could charge ahead even more. I mean, Hanson's on our watch list, and we're definitely keen to get back into that stock if any slight chance for riding up that decent trend. Just having a look at some of sort of 10 bags we've recently put on. Again, good to see CM8 charging along, and it's interesting. DJ, we put this one as a buy about, well, around it where it is now, around 26, 27, 28 cents, and good to see DJ Carmichael. I've actually got a target price of this stock around 96 cents, so potentially very undervalued. And again, I think as the market picks up some momentum, hopefully these little how do you say, smaller caps will start to pick up some momentum as well. Again, looking at Rent.com, we're not really sort of too worried about this because we're actually holding profits. I know some of you did sort of buy it a little bit later in the piece, but again, it's an absolutely stunning story. And although it's come back, this stock I think is going to end up doing very, very well for us. And really, that's a pretty normal price action. They can do that. These small caps go up and down, but it's come back more or less to on that support line there. And I think she must probably make a good move up. Again, some great news, and Rent.com is doing everything right. So there's nothing in the storyline which worries us. They're getting record people to the site, they're monetizing their website, and the company's hitting success and goal success stage after success, and it looks very, very, very strong. Again, another one which actually I suppose done really well for us is KSO. In the market that's actually gone down 20%. I think this came on, we put on when it was like 45, it came on at sort of 40, and now it's starting to edge its way back up to 45. So this is an exciting story. Now I've just actually got off the phone with the people representing XREF, and they are so busy. I think they're getting huge amounts of people moving to the website every day, and it really is becoming a little bit of a, we're talking about it becoming a little bit of a habit, and they say it already is becoming a habit. People are asking for all the references to be XREF'd. I think the important thing now is that they're now getting this into England. They're already in New Zealand. They're getting it out on a global stage around the world, and this could be an absolutely exciting, fantastic story, XREF. So I think the guys are going to come into the offices here at Equity Story hopefully next week, but it's again it's a stock that we put that buy out and we really, really like it. So please go to the website and you can read up about it. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else of I think again, you've got to have patience with these little 10 baggers. There's little volume, and little ACU. This is again a fantastic Activista. It's a fantastic little story whereby they can raise money for charities through their app, and they're the first people in the world where they can do it for their telephone bill. I think they've got 10,000 downloads, so they're starting to gain traction. And again, if you can compare this to a similar one in New Zealand, I think the one in New Zealand has a market cap about sort of 420 million. So potentially Activista is a 10 bagger in the waiting, and obviously it just needs time to catch on, and they can start monetizing what potentially is a really exciting app. I think one 10 bagger, there's two here maybe that deserve a bit of notice. Wrap, unbelievable story in a really hard market, just does not pull back at all. And again, look at that perfect trend line in a pretty tough market. It's absolutely killing it. So I think Wrap, if everything gets passed, which it should, I think it could be a fantastic earner for us this year. And the obviously exciting LOM that's in the news at the moment, market cap around 160, 170 million, finding a diamond worth maybe more than 20 million. And of course, if they can find the pipe, the source of all these amazing diamonds they're finding, I don't really know how you're going to value this stock, because it could be north of $2, $3, $4, I don't know, $5 a share. I really don't know how you're going to value it, because it could actually go through the roof. So really around these sort of levels, I see it's a pretty good risk reward. If they're finding market caps around 160 million, they're finding some diamonds over 20 million. I think again it's a really, really exciting story. I suppose one thing I'd like to say, two stocks, two market darlings, Bellamy's and BKL, Blackmore's. we've got these on our watch list, and you know, we're sort of pretty. I think, yeah, if you look at Blackmore's, it's come back here to more of a longer term moving average. A little bit like some of those stocks that we put out a little bit earlier have done. They come down with the market. If it finds support around here and has a turn and turns up on a MACD, could be some interesting buying. And again, Bellamy's again, you know, that stock again, done very similar. So a lot of these really bullish stocks have had this very similar price movement, you know, very similar as well, you know, like Elders, they come back to these long-term moving averages, and hopefully as the market moves, these will start moving up. Again, we do believe there is possibly, we're going to have this little run up now. It could be another little bit of a downside leg, but then I think after that we're going on for a really good sort of maybe bullish run for a while. So we're pretty confident all these stocks are going to make will do well for us this year, and definitely we're going to be looking to put on a lot more trends fairly soon. Anyway, I'd like to thank you for listening to Equity Story, and hopefully once we get a little bit more confidence in the main market, we're going to see a lot more trends going on, and a lot more 3-year growth and 10 baggers. Anyway, thank you very much for listening to Equity Story, and good night.